What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of me custom making my own exhaust. Wow, check this out. So I dialed it. Sorry for yelling. I dialed it back a lot. It's more consistent, especially like right here. I'm gonna leave it like that. I was thinking about grinding it and making it nice, but man, that's nice. For like someone's first time, I gotta do that to make sure if it's on there. I think it's on there. But wow, honestly, I am proud of that. I gotta show you the mistake I made. Hold on. So remember I had 2. I don't have 2 anymore. So I wasn't dialed in yet, and I made this huge hole that I tried to cover up, but then it just kept growing and growing and growing. So I have to scrap this. That's garbage now. I'm gonna have to redo this entire thing. Start over, make a new one, but this one is gonna be my example. A great one at that, of course. So yeah, time to go back to the cutoff wheel to cut off more segments. I am kind of scared of how good everything's turning out, but I was able to get this situated. Let me see if I can line it up. Hold on. Yeah. That's honestly, that's pretty nice. That's pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can get better welds this time. And this time I'm not going to, I will not be grinding my welds. I'm just gonna let it rot. That was a waste of time. That took forever for no reason. So. Check this out, yo. Can't tell me nothing. For a first time welder, man, look at that. Look at that. I did mess up. Where is it? So right here, there was a little bit of a gap. There was a little bit of a gap that I had to stitch weld. Like, let me show you. So I had to, do multiple dots like that, and then I bridged it all together, and that's why it looks a little bit off here. I'm gonna take these two, the flex pipe and this elbow, outside to the Jenny and tack weld it in the car, bring it back inside, finish up the weld, and then I can continue on to the rest of the exhaust. Check that out. Maybe a little, no, actually that's pretty perfect. So now I have to go back in. Now I gotta figure out the angle, because it has to go from that wide or even wider. I'm pretty sure it's like that wide. It's crazy. I have to go from that wide to then this thing. So I gotta go figure this out. This is gonna be fun. I'm working with about like 2 feet. There's like 2 feet of space underneath there. Now I gotta try to figure out how I'm gonna combine them in the middle. Let me show you. So I'm gonna have to try to combine them in the middle. It's gonna meet around right behind the transmission, and then from there is resonator, and then I gotta figure out all the rest. I don't have hangers either, so that's gonna be fun when I get there and I don't have a way to hang this up. In order to meet up with the X pipe and clear the transmission, I had to cut out these two 5-inch straight pipes. So from the straight pipes, I can work out on what angle I'm gonna be hitting. There's gonna be a inward angle. It's gonna be inward. So far, it looks like it's gonna be a 45. From that 45 I have to do another angle straight up in order to go directly into the X pipe. So I just can't hit this angle right here, because then I don't clear this, the mount right there. So I need to extend this 5 inches, and then from there I can clear that house a little bit, and then from there I have to try to meet up right there. Alright, this is what I've gotten so far. This one is perfect. This one has an angle, it's angled downward a bit. So because of that angle, I'm gonna see if I can, like, when I put on that hanger there, if I can just force it up a little bit, and then I'll have the hanger deal with that angle. Alright guys, this is where I'm at, and I'm very scared to do this because I need to get this 22.5 out of here. That way I can connect them, and when I connect them, then it'll go straight into the X pipe. I don't know how to configure this. I know this is the dead bottom, like the absolute bottom of this side, and this is the absolute bottom of this side, but I'm scared. Like, what if the angles don't match up and I have to redo everything? But I'm just gonna go for it. If I have to restart, I'll restart, but I'm scared. But you know, you live and you learn. Let's go. Look, if I did everything correct, this cut is my last cut. So everything's in the car right now, the flex pipe and the straight pipes after that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut 2 of these out, and there's an extremely amount, wow, there is an extreme amount of play between this and here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut 2 of these out, bring them with me to the car, and then I'm going to tack weld them in the car, bring them out, and then I should be done with the X pipe, flex pipe, and all the straight pipe in between. And then I just have to wait for my boy to get me the resonators. But I can install the V-band for this end. I can do this today. The V-band for this end. Boom, I can do that today as well. So one more cut, a couple more tack welds, and then I should be done. I tried my absolute best to bring this in one piece, but I couldn't do it. Crazy ass gaps, but I'm gonna leave them as is, so I don't mess up the angle. But yeah, that fell off, so I'm gonna have to go back. But this side is okay, so I'm just gonna weld all these joints. we managed to get really far in one day, and that's a lot of stress off my shoulders. I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this, and I proved myself wrong, man. So that's what this channel is all about, proving myself wrong, proving myself right is what I meant to say, sorry. Because I wanted to do it. I knew I could, but I was doubting myself. So there's a lesson. Don't doubt yourself. Put in the work. You know, even if you got to tweak a couple things, you can finish what you started, all right? Don't think that you can't just because it's difficult. So get to it. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to come back as soon as I get the resonators. I don't know if that's going to be tomorrow or 2 days from now, but I'm going to be working when I can. Whenever I get some free time, I'm going to be down here doing what I can. So this is not a part 3. I'm just going to stop the video here and then continue on whenever I get the rest of the parts. This is the magic of editing. Watch this. Boom. That's the magic of editing. So we are back. I have the hangers, exhaust tips that I've never shown you guys. These are the exhaust tips. Boom. And these are the resonators. My boy came through, supplied me with these resonators. These are more like mufflers, how big they are. But they are resonators. Supposedly couldn't fit on his car. I may have the same issue. I might have to get like a bullet or a bottle resonator. But this is what we had to work with. I'm gonna do my best to use it. One thing that I forgot to mention while I was editing the video from yesterday, or from the other day, sorry. I totally forgot to mention that there's an angle on the left side of the exhaust, right? The angle on this left side, this one specifically, I forgot to mention that I did undo the tacks and I moved them up a little bit. So this elbow is angled upwards more and it clears, it's a little bit more flat. So I said I had to rely on the hangers to push it up, but I don't, because I fixed it. I was able to fix it. I was able to make it closer. All right, guys, so this is what I got. It came out with a big gap, but overall it's really good. I'm just gonna finish up all these welds here, 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 and here. Oh, look, this is where I adjusted this elbow. So I moved it from here to here, and that helped bring this more in. That way it's a little bit more flush underneath the car, not sticking out too much. But I'm gonna tack these up, put it back in the car, and then test fit where I want the hangers to be. When I say stitch welds, this is what I mean. So I make multiple dots, dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here, and now with these small gaps I can weld completely and then just bridge it. And I'm gonna show you that in a second too. So after stitch welding it, I just go over on top like that and just make it big enough to where I feel comfortable that it's being sealed. So now that this is all complete, I went to go put on the hangers, and just my luck, I don't have the bushings. So I'm not gonna be able to do this today. Alright guys, I don't think I'm gonna be running these resonators. They're just way too big. I don't know how I'd fit that there. I mean, I can run it a little bit more downstream, but I need a resonator in this area to eliminate the drone, because I know this is gonna create a lot of drones. So I don't think I'm gonna be running these. I'll be returning this back to my boy. Alright guys, as you guys could see, I was having trouble with starting the car, and I'm pretty sure it's because the O2 sensors are not in. So I marked off where I want to put it, right there. Let me zoom in. I marked off right there. That's where I'm going to put the O2 sensor. Okay. So I was looking for this. It took me forever to find it, but I found my little hole maker. I had a way better one. I don't know where I put it. And these things are not cheap, so I'm kind of upset. Where did I put the bun? Alright guys, so I have the bun in. The bun has a little lip to it, so it's like in the hole. And so I'm just gonna weld, and it should be fine. I shouldn't be creating any like pinholes or anything because of how the bun is set up. So I'm just gonna go. I try to be informative, but I have trouble structuring these sentences for some reason. Alright guys, another couple days have passed and the new resonators are in. So what I'm gonna do now is go to the car and tackle the hangers up, remove the entire exhaust, and then come back and install this and the V-bands. All right, my mic died, so let me re-say all this. The hangers are on. I welded these on. I'm pretty sure this is a different material than what the exhaust is made out of, because I was having trouble welding it. It didn't weld the same, and it's like, I'll zoom in. It came out so ugly, but it's on there, right? 18-inch extensions, because ChatGPT told me that the resonator and the X pipe have to be far, or it has to be between 12 to 18 inches away. Boom. Now I put V-bands up here because this is getting super heavy, and I want to be able to, break down the exhaust without it, crushing me. Resonators, I said I was gonna make this interchangeable, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not gonna do that. I bought the resonators I wanted. These are the from Dynomax. my favorite resonators. I've had them in my other cars in the past and they sounded amazing. Removed all the drone. Just one would remove all the drone. So I have two. I'm not making it interchangeable. One, because I like these ones. Two, because I'd have to find the next, like let's say if I want to change it, I have to find one with the exact same dimensions lengthwise. And I'm not gonna do that. So we're gonna put V-bands on these, but this has like cutouts for an exhaust clamp, and I don't want to run exhaust clamps, so we're gonna use the V-bands. So I do have to cut that little bit out to make it flat right here. You know, flatten that out. That way I don't have to weld that. Well, that felt like it took forever, but these are done, and these are the welds on the hangers. Super ugly, but they're strong. This side I was having trouble with because I wanted to have it on the outside like I have here, but then I had to put it on the inside because I just couldn't get a weld. I'm gonna clean this up right now. Look at that just came off. So I'm gonna clean this up, and then this can stay in the car now. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna stay in the car, and now I can focus on working on the back end. All right, so I know it was gonna get harder by the time I got back here, but I really wanted to use a 45 here, right? But it's gonna hit here, but it has to be a 45, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of the straight pipes and do what I did up there with the where it's at the headers, between the headers and the flex pipe. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. So I'm gonna cut my angles and I'm gonna keep it nice and short all the way down here, and then I can just come straight out from here. So I'm gonna have a 22.5 and then a 22.5, and then I'm gonna have like a trapezoid type looking thing in the middle, so this can come out straight this way. So that's the theory I have. I'm gonna see if I can put it to the test and get to it. But I'm gonna try to save this, but I might also have to start cutting these pieces that I have, because I don't have enough pipe left to finish this. So I might cut this in half here and then make the angle out of this one, like here. So look, I was able to come up with this. So let's take this to the car and try it on. So on this side is good, right? It clears on this side, but not on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this longer, maybe by 4 or 5 more inches. It should put it around here. So, but this side, I'm gonna keep it for this side. So I'm gonna make another one for the other side, because this comes out almost perfect here. This is bent, so I can't really put it in there. That right there is bent, so it doesn't go in there, but it looks like it's heading this way, so then I can angle it. So let's make another one. I'm gonna work on the right side first. It'll make it easier for me. So I'm gonna weld this as good as I can. I don't think that's not gonna last. So I'm gonna give it a lot of material. Cut this off and then weld this. There's a gap in all of these things because if I would have put it all the way in, it would have been a bad angle. So I put it up a little bit and then I angled it where it's supposed to be. So that's what's gonna work best. In that last clip, you saw me make this little thing. So I think I'm gonna have to scratch this because I was talking to my guy and he said that I should really add this resonator, at least right here, to really tone this down, because I want to be able to drive this on the street and just resonators is not gonna do anything. So I'm gonna see how I'm gonna be able to do this, but I'm gonna try to angle this up and be able to be mounted right here. That way I can put this to good use. That's gonna be way more difficult and completely out of my range, but we're gonna attempt it. All right, guys, that's the video. This is part 2. In part 3, I'm gonna finish the other side, the left side of the exhaust. The right side wasn't difficult to get the angle, but after getting the angle how I wanted it, I lost the position of where the exhaust tip should be, and I spent the last hour and a half Oh, trying to position that, and in that heat, man, I'm dead. Just that hour and a half just killed me. So I'm just gonna call it here. Put out this video. This video is already long, anyways. This whole thing has been completely long. 3 parts for an exhaust is crazy. But I'm just gonna put this out. Part 3 hopefully is gonna consist of getting the second part done, and the engine doesn't start anyways, so we wouldn't be able to hear it even if I did finish the other half. But hopefully by next time, part 3, I'll have ran some data logs and figured out what's causing the engine not to start or stay on, because it starts but it doesn't stay on, and then it sounds like I am like forcing the starter too much, and the starter is also giving out. So I really want to take it easy, but at the same time I do have to run a couple data logs to be able to figure out what exactly is going on. So I'm gonna call it part 3, hopefully coming next week. And that's another thing too, I want to be able to put out every week, and if I were to wait to get the engine started, I'd miss my every week mark. So that's another reason why I'm just gonna end it here. But guys, thank you for watching. Products in the description, affiliate links. Thank you guys for everything, and come back for part 3.